The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, 11:30, and you know what that means. It is time for the People Show, Hanging with the Boys. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Looks weird out there, man. Looks really weird.
It's kind of a weird color.
Did it rain or something?
67 degrees. The high is 73. The low tonight is 60. Chris, something weird's going on in my ears.
Is them boards on the ground out there?
There we go. No, that's concrete. I think it's wet.
Wet? Yeah.
It's wet. So,
Wow.
why y'all buttoned up today, Nate?
Yeah, I just finished doing a show, man. Okay. Just doing this special edition thing, man.
Okay. And you look good. Why'd you take your tie off?
Well, I took it all off, man, because I know my boy Loon.
Oh, wait! Don't ruin it. Don't ruin
you better hurry up.
Kurt,
you better hurry up.
Kurt, how you doing?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, you better hurry up.
All right, we would like to welcome to the show for the next 2 days someone that's familiar with the Cowboys and the Giants, although he basically had a cup of coffee in New York, and we'll talk about that too.
It was a free cup.
Our favorite offensive lineman of all time, Jumbo Joe Looney. Welcome to the show, Joe. What's up, man?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man.
How have you been?
I'm doing good.
Do those headphones fit over the hair?
They do. They
Okay.
do. You know, I didn't wear my headband today, you know, to get the swag out, you know.
Okay, I like it.
And but they fit great. You know, these bows are really nice. They're comfortable.
You know, I got some good news and I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
And the good news is that Looney is on our show. The
Yes.
good news is that he did not play for the Giants. The bad news is when you left, man, you left a gap for Jason Garrett, man.
I know, man.
You heard him, dog.
For my boy.
Yeah. Man.
He
'Cause
vouched for me too.
Yeah, that's
man.
what I'm
He
saying.
vouched for me too. You know, when I went into his office, man, you know, me and Coach Garrett, we really
Right.
did. We got emotional.
Right,
you know,
right.
man, because Coach Garrett was my guy. You know,
Right.
we joked on each other, laughed with each other, and you know, when I was telling him I was retired, that was probably, you know, the hardest thing that I had to do was to tell him that, you know, that I'm done.
Right.
And but you know what, man? Hopefully our paths cross again. You know, because I love Coach Garrett, man. He was a good dude. You know, I know he vouched for me up there, and hopefully I can see him again one day and shake his hand.
Yeah, that's good. Tell us, talk us through. I think we know. Me and Nate know your story because you were on Crosstalk with us one night. But talk us through how you kind of departed here, how you wound up in New York, how long your stay was, what that was like, and then how you wound up in the studio today.
Yeah. So basically, you know, we got done with the 2020 season, and you know, I still wanted to play a year. I didn't know, you know, I was up in the air a little bit about playing. But, you know, I waited until summer came around, training camps kind of started, and the Giants called me and wanted to pick me up. And I was like, you know what, man, I've never said no to playing some football. So, you know, I went out there, and, man, boy, I tell you what, it was a long time I was there. Long time, 4 days. 4 days, boy.
Felt long.
You know, oh, yeah. You know, I got my contracts worth out of the Giants. And I was up there, man, and I was missing my wife. I was missing my kids. And you know, I had in the back of my mind, it's my son's first football season. I wanted to be there for him. And, you know, I made the decision to retire. It was tough, though. It was tough, man. You know, I remember Alfred Morris was there, and I remember walking off the field thinking, man, you know, just like I was trying to take it all in, just trying to smell the grass and whatnot. Right. But I did. Nate, I did. You know, NFL practices are tough. I did have a thought in there to just be, you know what, I'm done with practice. You know, I'm going to say my back's hurting and I'm out of here, you know. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give the game everything it gave me. So I finished the practice.
But you knew before practice, I'm done.
You know, it was when I walked. We were doing 1-on-1s. We were doing 5-on-4 drills.
Right.
And you know, this is a drill where the defense and offensive line, you're killing each other.
Right.
You know, it is just, you know, it is a full-on war. You know, the defense knows its pass, and as the center, you're sitting there in the middle and you're just taking hits. You know, it's just you can't do anything. You're just getting beat up. Right. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting hit. And, you know, man, I don't know if this is for me anymore. I don't know if I want 300-pound grown men hitting me.
Right.
Especially Big Lawrence up there, man. I'm just like, oh goodness gracious. So I sat there and I knew then I'm like, all right, you know what? After this practice, this is gonna be it. I'm gonna tell the guys in the morning, and but. I told myself, I'm going to finish this practice, give the game what it deserves, and lo and behold, blessed Joe. How blessed am I? We got to do some conditioning after practice. And growing up in Little League, as a big man. I won't say, I don't know if we say fat on the show.
That's it. If I'm fat, I'm a fat man.
Fat kid.
Yeah.
He says fat all the time on the show.
But as a big kid growing up, running laps in Little League, we practiced at a baseball field. So running laps, that was probably the worst thing that ever happened to me. My dad was my coach, and I would look at him, he'd run a lap. And I'd look at him, and, in my little 8-year-old mind, my little 8-year-old mind was really giving him the business.
Yeah.
I was like, who the do you think you are, man? Telling us to run a lap. And so I finished my career conditioning, running, across the field.
Yeah.
And it was only right. It was only right at that time to be like, all right, this is
the way I got to go out.
Yeah, this is it. God's telling me this is done. So,
that
I
was
got
like a really hard conditioning, wasn't it? Remember reading he put you guys through the paces that day.
Yeah, he did, boy.
If there was any doubt, it's like, I'm out of here.
I understand why Coach Judge did it. I understand why he did it. But even in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there running these sprints, and I'm like, little do they know, I'm done. I'm so done with this. And I'm out here running laps, doing push-ups. You gotta be kidding me. But it was fun, though. It was fun, man. Like I said, I took it all in. Really when I unstrapped that helmet for the last time, took my cleats off. I made sure, I got that smell of the grass, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget walking off that field knowing, like, hey, look, this was the last time I was buttoning up my 10 strap, putting on my pads to play organized football. Mm-hmm. Who knows? I might get into a flag league around here. People, talk to me. People might see me and might not think that this guy, he's got some pounds on him, but little do they know I'm gonna be out there CD lambing them. So I get back to playing some organized flag football. Giving them the mosses out here.
Yeah.
When did you know it was over, Nate? When were you done?
Wow. I was in the Carolina Panthers camp.
Uh-huh.
And I you know what, I give you cause I ain't had the guts to quit. I just was floating through up there with Coach Wise, that's who I'm like, Lord jeez. But fortunate for me, they didn't want me to play. They just wanted me to go do boy. Yes, sir, that's a good thing, Coach. Yes. And I got through the year. I got
there.
Got so the surgery room try, and I was happy. You talking about happy when I was the biggest, highest paid cheerleader. They should have put me in the skirt. And when that thing was over, and my agent coming, hey man, I'm trying to negotiate something, but they don't want to do nothing. And I say thank you, because I don't want to do nothing either. Thank you. So hey, I was happy when it was over because man.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
But now,
when the
your
passion's
skills
not
hadn't
there.
though, but your skills hadn't eroded. My skills, they were through. Yeah, my skills were through.
When did you decide to quit?
I'm still working on that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Ain't you a baseball extraordinaire?
I wouldn't say extraordinaire, but I'm a fan.
What was your big thing, Shannon?
What?
Sports-wise, what was your big
Baseball.
Okay.
I was so small. When I was 15, I was 5'3" and weighed 103 pounds.
Well, what about now?
I was so small.
What about now?
I'm 5'4", weigh 107.
Take some of this.
No, I was so small. Like I played football one season, and my best friend was a big guy.
Yeah.
And he fell on me one practice, and his knee drove into my thigh bone, and I got like a deep thigh bruise, and I was like, this is not for me. Like, I'm done. I'm going to finish the year out.
Right.
But I'm done. And I kind of regret that because I wound up growing a little bit, and I was really fast. I was really quick, and I think I probably could have played D2 or D3, probably could have played slot, maybe even corner,
like a Julian Edelman type.
Yeah, just I wasn't long distance fast, but like off the line, I could get it.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of regret that. I played basketball for 1 year about the same time, and then I decided like baseball is my thing. I'm gonna stick with baseball. So But
wow.
Yeah, that was it. So Chris, did you play any sports besides bags?
Besides the cornhole bags.
Man, I played football. Yeah, I ran track.
Did you?
Yeah, I played football.
Man, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
97.
Shot put?
Track? No.
Did you ever go hunting? Did you ever go hunting as a kid, Chris?
Of course, still do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, cornhole's like a professional sport now,
Bro.
Yeah,
It
he
is.
good.
Hey,
He good.
bro.
Beam's good.
Toss those things, baby.
You ever want to go? Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Now, challenge me.
I had I went to get my hair cut a few years ago, and the kid was sitting in the chair next to me, and the girl, he was probably 12, and the girl's cutting his hair, talking to him. She's like, what do you want to do when you get older? And he's like, I really like this cornhole stuff. He's like, I think I want to be a professional cornhole player. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, kids are wanting to grow up and be cornhole players?
Well, I'll tell you what. I got a great story about cornhole because I'm a competitor deep inside.
Right.
And me and Tyron, we met these people from in Dallas, and they were wonderful. But they lived in this beautiful neighborhood, and they were throwing their daughter a birthday party. And me, Tyron, my sister, we went over to their house, and they had these cornhole boards, and all the little kids are coming to play cornhole and whatnot, and I'm looking at Tyron. I'm like, hey, these kids step up on these boards. We try to give them the business. You're going to get this competitor out of me.
Right.
So, long story short, man, me and Tyron, Tyron can play some cornhole now.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that was my partner, boy.
Right.
You talk about, we'll go on the, Johnsonville sausages. Put us on there, man. Give us the T-shirts. We're going to be talking.
Does he put the bionic arm on when he plays?
You know what? I told it might help him out. Because sometimes Tyron's got all that strength. He just throws it over the board. But man, what a heck of a partner. But those kids stepped up on them boards, man, and
y'all deal with them.
They figured out real quick. This ain't no game out here. You got to come correct if you throwing these bags, man.
You need to get with our guy, Chris. You need to get with Chris.
Yeah,
Chris is in the league.
Yeah.
He's in the cornhole league.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
We got to do this.
Might have a new partner, Chris.
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
What's the contract? Offer me something.
It's the best type of league. You know what it is, Looney? You get your name on a trophy that stays at the bar for the rest of your life.
Oh, man.
That's even the best trophy
Etched in the history book.
It's like the Stanley Cup.
That's awesome. The cornhole cup.
I got my name on the cup like 4 times.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I tell you what, Chris, let's take an early break. When we come back, Joe Looney is going to tell us what's wrong. Is anything wrong with the offensive line? Nate doesn't think so. He thinks they're in good shape.
I don't know if Nate thinks. I don't know.
Okay,
I do think they're in good
Yeah.
shape. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
So
sir. And we'll talk.
We'll talk about
yes,
that,
sir. We'll
and then
discuss this.
no one in this
let's do
room
it.
knows Dak any better than you. Mm-hmm. So, because he had his hands up under your butt a whole lot. didn't
Couple
he?
of times.
Wow! Wow!
Yeah.
We
So-
got
It's not the way I would
Hey,
describe it.
was he a middle finger guy? Was he a?
Stop it! Stop it! We'll be right back.
Bad bathroom days. One of the best for that.
We'll be right back on Hanging with the Boys.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Give the gift of the Cowboys this season with a Dallas Cowboys United membership presented by Globe Life. It's the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboys fan. Membership started at just $20. Includes an exclusive fan pack, VIP member experiences. 'Tis the season. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United to get yours today. Joe did some work for our merchandise department upstairs a few weeks ago.
Photos out.
Yeah. Hellman said every time he opens an email from HR, there's Joe in his ugly sweater and his Santa
modeling
hat.
career here.
Yeah.
Oh, a little model action. Look at that. Yeah, let's do it. That's what I'm talking about.
Got the boob bounce going on in here.
Yeah, man. Wow.
All right, Nate. So this is a great show because everyone in the world is griping about the offensive line, and Dak Prescott is trash right now, is what the world thinks. What do you think? We have two offensive linemen, one that's freshly removed from this environment and this organization, and still knows all the guys on the team. Are there any offensive linemen you don't know?
I don't think so. I think I pretty much know everybody.
You know all the guys? Mm-hmm. So what is your assessment, Nate? And then we'll get to you, Joe. What do you think about the offensive line and where it's at right now?
I think this here, and I'm just going to give you an overall view of what I think, is when you can rush 35 times and be right at 3.94 yards a carry and have 122 yards and you've pass blocked decent. Now, this last team didn't have the two great defensive ends, but they had two guys in the middle. And you hammered this out. You made this. And I think that don't stop shuffling. Get your right tackle, get your left guard, let's go. Because
stop shuffling. Yeah, you said don't stop shuffling, but you saying lock them in, right?
Yeah, lock them in. Now, I think our offensive line is okay because it's 32 teams, and I think we're probably still one of the top 15 offensive line teams. So that's what I feel, just the overview, and not being so specific on any player. That's what I feel because Coach Philbin, I think, is a decent coach, and he'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe.
Yeah. So I think from an offensive lineman standpoint, I think that, the offensive line is going to have the finger pointed at them. They're the biggest guys on the team, and they're going to have the finger pointed at them. And I always found it like, point the finger at us. We got big shoulders. We can handle this. We're not soft. We ain't gonna run away crying. We're gonna strap up our pads, strap up our helmet, and come to work every day and do what we need to do. But I think if you criticize one guy, you criticize the whole group. Mm-hmm. Because the offensive line, as we know, is the only really unit on the team. You gotta be in unison when you're playing. And so if you criticize one guy, you're criticizing the whole group. And I always found criticism as something good. People see it as something, it's bad that they're talking about. No. This is a great way to find out who you are. Mm-hmm. How you don't if you're not put in the tough situations, then you ain't gonna figure out that you are tough. So I always thought it was great, give me that criticism because I think we live in a, I'm going to prove you wrong generation.
Right.
And I'm going to go out here and show you guys, hey, I'm one of the best to do it. That's why I got this star on the side of my helmet. Mm-hmm. So, I always thought give us that criticism and we'll use it as something positive.
Do you see anybody? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, just now a lot of the media think that they're going to bring Connor Williams back in for this last stretch. And I think you were talking about shuffling of the line. That's what you're saying. I mean, how difficult does that make it for the other guys on the line when you're sort of moving pieces in and out?
Yeah, that is something difficult. You can't hide the fact that you need five guys playing consistent up there, and when coaches got to make these decisions, they're not easy decisions, and once just like Nate said, once you make a decision, you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it because the best way to learn the game is by getting reps.
Right.
You got to be out there playing the game. It's one thing to be in practice, getting these reps, but if you're going to be out there and you're going to roll with a guy, I always thought, man, if you're going to roll with me, let me go out there and play. And one of the ways you learn to play the game is by making mistakes. If you get a linebacker and you miss a protection, and he runs in and sacks the quarterback, you kind of look at yourself and you're like, okay, I can't let that happen again. You go to the film room, you look at that, and you learn from it. And that's how you get better at playing in the NFL. Just like I said, it's one thing to be out there at practice, but when you're in the game and you're getting those live reps and you're under fire, that's the best way to learn how to play.
Yeah. So what do you attribute the offense, because it's flipped. Beginning of the year, we were worried about the defense, and it was like, we're going to hang 40 on everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to hang 40, but we're going to give up 39, but we'll be good because we're going to win out. Now it's like, okay, the defense is clicking now. If the offense can get it together, like, nobody's going to want a piece of this team. But what do you see? What's holding the offense back right now? A lot of people say it's offensive line. Nate thinks Zeke's banged up with the knee, and that's what's going on with him. A lot of fans are talking about play calling. A lot of fans are down on Dak right now. What do you see is preventing them from putting up the points they were in the beginning of the season?
Well, I think you definitely need a strong running game. As an offensive lineman, and even growing up with football, my dad always preached, your run will open up your pass. And, if you're getting 3 yards, 2 yards in the beginning of a game, and that's how you start the game, well, that's okay, because as you go on throughout the game, you run some outside zone, inside zone, power. You get these defensive linemen up there running around, and you get them tired. So by the time you get to the fourth quarter, those 3-yard, 2-yard gains that you were getting in the first quarter, those open up to 15, 20, and maybe you break one like Tony Pollard did in the Saints game. Mm-hmm. And you stick with it. And then I think that, it takes the pressure off of everybody. When you're running the football well, you're grinding other teams down, you're controlling the clock, and then you open up for all these weapons you got on the outside. You got CD, you got Amari. It's like, you look, and Kellen could look at his play sheet and be like, man, I could really call anything right now. So I think that, you got to stick with the running game. You got to stick with, even if it's not working in the beginning of the game, stick with it, pound that ball, and good things are going to happen.
Yeah, that's been one of the criticisms, hasn't it been? They've given up on that run too early.
Not this past game. And this is what's ugly. And this is what makes playoff football so great, is what Looney's saying. I agree with 100%, because now if you continue to run the ball, if your defense is playing great, what you want now is to limit the times they touch the field. So that's why I said 35 carries, that's 32 minutes on average. So now your defense is only playing 28 minutes or 26 minutes. With this defense, okay? And that's what he's talking about. Every time the offensive line gives you a 1 to 2 yard gain, and even in the fourth quarter, if it's still going like that, but you're carrying the ball, everything else opens up. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Let me ask you this, that we have seen, or so it seems, that Dak seems almost to function better when they're playing on a hurry-up, faster-paced offense. How do you balance that, helping him out with keeping the running game going, keeping the defense off the field, that sort of thing? You can still run the ball. I mean, go back to when he was in Mississippi. They fast-paced, and they still ran the ball. Yeah. The difference is right here, fellas, and I hate to say this because but the only thing that's different about all of this is Dak doesn't run anymore. Dak had a chance to make a 3-yard or a 4-yard first down, and he chose to sit and throw the ball away or take the sack. And I'm just wondering, is Dak going to say, hey, you know what? If it's an easy first down to keep my team on the field, let me go on and get this easy first down, because you can still slide. I mean, yeah, that was a horrific incident last year. But still, now you're trying to be something, and I don't want to be critical of another man's talent, but he's not a pure drop-back quarterback. He's not that. Not when he's at his best.
And so I understand you trying to maneuver in the pocket, but you got to move around a little bit, and you got to help your team.
Yeah, and I think, too, going off of your point, we all know the athlete Dak is.
Yes.
And I think we all understand, the criticisms he's been, nailed with this past week. And I think for Dak, just being around him, it's kind of an illusion, that he's seeing right now. He's being compared to all these other guys.
Yes.
And when you're being compared to these other guys in the NFL, you feel like, oh man, this is what I got to do to be one of the greats. It's like, look, Dak, you're already one of the greats by doing what you do. And, I think one of the great things that I loved hearing Coach Garrett say is he said, know and know you know. When you're going out there, you got to know who you are, know what you're doing, and just let it fly, let it play. And that's one of the things. And I think as a competitor, Dak, I think, I myself, I was my hardest critic.
Right.
And
right.
I know Dak is the same way. And he's going to see that, and he's going to understand, hey, man, I just got to go out here and be a kid again and do what I need to do and play football. If I see something open up, hey, I'm going to take it. And, and if I get criticized on, getting a first down on a 3-yard run, and maybe somebody's open downfield that I don't see. But you know what? We got a first down. I'm helping my team out. It's not about the criticisms anymore.
Yeah, because as you get closer and closer to the playoffs, it's going to be about that first down. It's going to be about, can I get enough first downs to get me into this red zone? And then we can work on the red zone, because I tell people the hardest thing to work on in practice is red zone. Mm-hmm. Because that is when the fire and it's in a small place.
Exactly.
So now you need to get to the red zone as many times as you can to try to work this out, because that, goal line, short yardage, ain't but one way you can do that, and that's wide open. Mm-hmm. You can't do a short yardage play. If you're doing it in 3 quarters, it ain't going to never work, because you ain't going to get what you get in the game.
That's when you need to throw it to one of the fat boys down there. Give him a big man touchdown down there in that red zone.
Yes, sir, man. Loosen up something. You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about that before the show. Every game day, me and Chris would bump each other because 73 would be eligible. What was 5 to 10 times a game, probably?
Oh yeah.
And I was just waiting for Jumbo Joe to catch a pass, and it just never happened.
I tell you what, there were moments though. There were moments, and I tell you what, I think when you're in the moment, and you know the game plan. This was a couple years ago. We were playing the Lions, and Callahan was our OC,
yeah,
and we had a play in for old Jumbo Joe, and. We get down to the 2-yard line where the play is installed.
So you had the play installed for this game.
I mean, yeah, the play is installed for the game.
Uh-huh.
All the planets align. You hear jumbo package, jumbo. And I felt like I'm watching myself play the game now.
You come running in, rubbing yourself like
23 were boys. You kind of in the huddle and you hear Dak. I don't even hear what he says, but it's kind of like ready break, slow motion.
Right.
And I line up, and bless me that it wasn't the play. It wasn't the play that was in the, and I didn't even listen to Dak. I was like, man, this is irrelevant.
You just knew it was your play.
Yeah, this is irrelevant. Just line the guys up. We know what's going on here. Just get them to the line, Dak. And man, I start jogging over to my place. I'm making sure I got my stick on my hands, so I can catch the ball. Dak looks at me, Looney, you're over here. And I'm like, what's the play, man? It's low G. And I'm like, man, you're kidding me. Y'all ain't stealing this from me. Y'all are not stealing my moment. But that's how my
that was your receiving career?
That was my receiving career. 0 yards, 0 attempts.
Oh man. All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, more with Joe. Let's talk about the Giants. And I don't know, talk about some other stuff.
Sure.
Maybe Kurt's Corner. Who knows? Nah? Okay.
Joe's
Giants.
Corner.
Giant talk.
Oh, yeah.
When we come
Let's
back
do it.
on Hanging with the Boys.
That's it.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching grandma how to video call and teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Registration for holiday youth camps is now open. Don't miss the Dallas Cowboys Football Academy run by the survivor, Danny McCray.
Danny.
And Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders Dance Academy camps on December 21st at the Star in Frisco and December 22nd at AT&T Stadium. Space is limited, so register today at dallascowboys.com/academy. Who knows, maybe Danny will recruit Jumbo Joe to run the big man camp.
Hey, I tell you what, I'll do it.
There you go.
I got some coaching under my belt. You know, I coach flag football, 5-year-old flag football.
Oh my goodness, what is that like?
Oh, it was
herding cats.
It was it was a task, and I tell you what, I love these kids. They were great. They had all the heart in the world. We didn't win a game this season.
Oh,
Are you coaching next year?
I am. I am coaching next year.
Let me in Frisco. Okay, my son is 6, so he'll be the same as your son.
Oh yeah, get him on the squad.
Get him on the squad.
Get him on the squad.
We need to go.
But they were great. So I do got that coaching experience.
Yeah.
If they need somebody.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to him about it.
My son's more of a big man though.
That's all right. Yeah. We'll get him scores.
Chris's kid's gonna be. He's gonna be 6, Chris.
He is 6 already.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. He's 6 already.
He looks like he's 43.
He's a big kid.
Full
Priming
beard.
him to be a left tackle.
He's like Nate size. Yeah. So
funny.
So we talked about offense, Joe. What's your assessment of the defense? What do you think about these guys?
I mean, I love it. I love it. You watching this defense, my dad always said, when you're on defense, it makes you want to get cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's just, it's absolutely amazing. And I was telling you guys a little story, back in 2018 when we were playing the Saints, it was a really close game and our defense was just, ridiculous at the time. And knowing, hey man, if we got to punt the ball, we can rely on these guys to go out here and do their job. Just like Nate said earlier, we're the biggest cheerleaders out there. Give me some pom-poms, white boots and whatnot, and I'm going to be going out there. What's the high kicks that they do?
Yeah, the kick
that's
line,
us on the sideline, because
little thunderstruck.
Yeah, a little thunderstruck, man. We know that, hey, these guys are going to go out here and get the job done and do what we need to do. So, I mean, I think we all know it, man. Defense wins championships and offense sells tickets. And it's wonderful to see all these points being put up. But to be able to hold that trophy, I think defense has a lot of play to go into that.
Yeah. What do you think about Micah?
Oh, I mean, to come in and do what he's doing as a rookie, and I talk about this a lot. I was a cocky rookie before 9-on-7 drill in my first training camp. I was like, I'm going to come in. I'm 4-year starter in college, true freshman. What's up, man? The NFL, just a joke. I'm going to come here and own this league. Justin Smith humbled me really quickly. That'll humble you quick. When Patrick Willis is coming in and filling the hole, Navarro Bowman coming down here, it humbles you. So to see what he's doing as a rookie, it's really spectacular. Because you don't see rookies come in and just dominate the way they do. I think, they were showing a play the other day when he was going up against Sheriff up there. And I mean, this is a Pro Bowler. This is a Pro Bowler, man. Yeah. I mean, like this dude, this ain't no slappy, this guy's a monster. And he just, hits him with a move and sack fumble. Yeah. So I think it's special. It's special for him. It's special for the fans, and it's enjoyable to watch. Seeing someone like that have so much success.
What do you think about his comments? The NFL is easy.
Who said that?
Micah.
It is for him. Hey, I'm with you. I mean, I came in and got the hammer dropped on me a couple of times. I'm like, wow, this ain't easy as I thought, especially coming from Florida A&M. You know, so.
But I think, you know, too, you see a lot of these, a lot of cats, you know, and you break talent down in the NFL. Everybody in the NFL has talent.
Yeah.
And, you know, I thought, you know, but you see these guys like a Micah Parsons, a Tyron Smith. These guys just got whatever, you know, it's the God gene.
Yes.
You know, it's this God gene in them that just like these dudes, man, I mean, just built to play football. You know what I mean? It's like a second nature. They just walk out there and they're good. So it's fun to see. It's fun to watch. You know, I mean, you get a player like that on your team, that's beneficial for you. We'll take it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ready, break.
Did you ever play defense at all?
I did.
Yeah.
I
did.
did.
Ever miss it?
I do. I did. I played some defense in high school and in Little League. You know, I talk about I had a great Little League. You know, my dad was my coach, and you know he would line me right up over the center and be like, "You take him and you put him right in the quarterback's lap," and I just look at him, "Yes, sir." Yeah.
As long as I don't have to run
yes, sir,
laps.
Dad. I'll kill this guy, dude. I got you. And you know, it was great. But I always loved the offensive line play. You know, you're not in the spotlight. You're with a group of guys, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, you know, be with a group of guys and, you know, go out there and smash some guys. Because you know, when teams do rush 200 yards and whatnot, running backs, you know, and quarterbacks get all the praises for how many yards they pass for, how many yards they rush for. But deep down inside, we know.
You know you did that.
Hey, Coach, that was us game.
Yeah.
You played some defense too, didn't you?
Yeah. All the way up to college, yeah.
You actually like defense better, didn't you?
Yeah, I do. And that's why I root for them a little bit harder than I do the offense. You know, even though it's harder to play offensive line, you know. Let me change the subject.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Coach Urban Meyer, man.
Oh, yeah. What a mess, huh?
That's a mess, man.
It's definitely
to
not
pay
a
that
surprise.
dude all that money, to do all that work, to reconstruct your whole program
and get
for
to
one guy.
13 games.
And that's a shame, man. I mean, but anyway, back to more important things. We winning.
No, seriously, I was telling my wife about this. Sorry, you know, I was telling my wife about this. It's tough for coaches to come from college, you know, because you're dealing with grown men in the NFL, and you just can't do whatever you want and say whatever you want to.
Well, Saban ran into the same thing, right?
Yeah, you know, it's tough, man. These are grown men you're dealing with. You know, they're gonna say something back to you. You know, and I've had my fair share of run-ins with coaches and whatnot.
Have you really?
Oh yeah,
nice
you know.
old Jumbo Joe.
I tell you, you know,
in the pros or college?
In the pros.
Really?
In the pros, you know. And
college, they control you a little better.
Yeah.
In pros, you not these kids, not this new generation, but in our generation, a little older, coach tell you what he wanted you to know, and that was going to be it.
Right, and you know, I think you get some confidence, and you start smelling yourself a little too much,
Right.
and you know, you have this confidence to speak back to the coach, and. You know, I definitely, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not proud of it, but you know, I think there's some things that you just, you know, as a man, you know, we all respect each other, and
Right.
you know, you gotta show that respect to get it. And I was raised to, you know, give respect no matter what, and I think
Right.
you get there to a certain extent, but if you keep poking the bear.
Yes.
You know, you put that dog in the corner,
Right.
come out barking, dude.
Nobody puts Looney in the corner.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Well, see, Kurt's happy that Zeke's banged up because he hates Zeke.
No.
Why?
Don't throw me under that
But
bus.
why?
It's not true. These are spreading lies.
What's the status of Pollard? Has he been practicing this week?
He was out there today. They said he stretched and he did some work with Britt on the side, and then he joined the team for some things, but he wasn't heavy into the drills or whatever. So they're hopeful.
And Nate, you think they can run the ball no matter if it's Clement and Hardy out there, right?
I really believe that. I believe that these guys are good enough to run the ball. I think that 35 carries, 122 yards, no matter who's carried it, that's not to be laughed at. Mm-hmm. If our quarterback just can center himself and get himself calmed down, because that's our thing. Dak throws 39 times a game. We run that thing 25, 30 times. He throws it 30, and Dak is Dak. We cannot be beat. Go back and check the records.
Yeah, right.
We cannot be beat.
Did you guys feel as linemen that if you did your job, anybody could run behind you?
Oh yeah, I knew. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and
definitely. But it don't hurt to have. It don't hurt to have Emmett.
Yeah, I tell you what. When a running back. Zeke was always in our run meetings, on Wednesday, Thursday morning. He would come to our run meetings, and he would tell us, the angles that he's going to be running at, how he's going to set guys up so we can get our blocks, and how he's going to run off of that. And I think when you got somebody back there, you already got a good offensive line working for you, but when you got somebody back there doing that for you, it makes things easier. It's like, we'll see you in the end zone, dude.
Yeah. That's interesting that he would come in and tell you how he's going to run.
Yeah. I thought it was important, because then you know what angles you need to take. It's like, how do I need to reach this line, this defensive lineman? At what angle do I need to go get the linebacker? When I'm pulling, what number am I aiming for? Is Zeke going to take this thing inside or outside? So it's big down to the details of running the football.
It's just hard for people to understand. Because when they look at running backs, and this is the theory, this is, you can disagree or agree, Brother Loon. In high school, when you have a great running back, he can go anywhere on the field and make a touchdown. In college, he has to stay more play side, but he still has that ability to bend it back. In pros, we get a holding when you think you can just go right here to the right tackle and just dart back to the left guard. Now, holding number 61, because you got to stay you got to give the play a chance.
Right.
Because these athletes are so great on defense, they can react so fast. I can be going up to the second level. Me and Looney could be working. I could be the right guard, and I'm going up to the second level as you. But you reading through me so quick to when he makes that jerky move, all of a sudden I got you. And all of a sudden you flailing, and I'm getting the flag. You have to stay more with the play when you get into the pros, due to the defense is so much more athletic than in high school and college.
It definitely does. It puts the offensive lineman in a compromising position.
Yeah.
If the running back is like, oh well, I'm just gonna cut it back right now.
Right now.
And I think I've been watching a lot of ball this year, and you look at kind of like a Najee Harris. He's got to learn. Hey, you got to kind of let that play develop a little bit before you hit that hole.
That's right.
Give them big guys some time to work up there, or set those blocks up.
Do your jobs change much, drastically, if at all, depending on who the running back is?
For me, we got guys that were more similar to E. Now the game has changed where the coach and the offensive coordinator should know what running back is in there and help your offensive line have the best play for this running back.
The play caller.
Yeah, the play caller. Yeah. That's how it seems to me now. You actually had to do it with this new generation.
Yeah, Kurt, and I think we would know the difference between each running back kind of has their little play designs.
Yeah.
And both Zeke and Tony can do it all.
Yeah.
But when one guy comes in the game, it's like, okay, we got so many plays that they're going to be running in the game, and we know, we see them coming in. It's like, all right, we're running this play, and you kind of adjust your blocking style to how coach is calling the game.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So like Barry Sanders, whether they wanted to be or not, they were going to be a big draw team, and draw is you kind of set and let the defense move first. Mm-hmm. Because Barry gonna sit there and he looking. All of a sudden he gone.
He's going where he wants.
So they were more of a big draw team. Whereas with him, we was coming forward. We was going to dictate what was going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
And and see, that's what I'm so shocked that nobody don't do that for Barkley. If I'm a big draw team. I'm like, we gonna let you declare because I got the dude back here that can move.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's important too. Understanding football, and Nate, you guys, every play is designed to score a touchdown.
Yes, it is.
I think every time every time you get a play call, it's like, man, we could take this one to the crib. It's like, yeah, we're happy with a 3-4 yard game because we understand that this is the NFL. It's hard, but we're trying to score every time we hear these play calls, run pass. Special teams play call. We're trying to score. We're trying to score touchdowns.
And it usually comes down to basically one guy on defense, right? Like everybody's assigned to a dude, and if you can make that one guy miss, then that's where your touchdown comes in, right?
That's why I'm telling everybody, if we just can get people didn't know how valuable you was at the Looney position, the jumbo. That we forgot how valuable Connor McGovern was when he was running that position. We got to get a tight end. And so when Pollard does come back, we can give him some of that outside. We got to be able, because they setting the edge on us. And it's all right, Zeke ain't got no problem with hitting up in the Zeke. The more the merrier. Mm-hmm. But with Tony, it ain't going to be that way. Get him into his flavor, so – oh, man,
get that guy running.
Yeah, get him running.
That boy running.
All right, fellas. Well, we're out of time. Kurt, good seeing you, man. Nate,
shake and bake.
Joe, thanks for joining the show. We will see you tomorrow. We take phone calls tomorrow.
And we got what's the light skinned sister?
No, somebody else. We bring a guest on every Friday now. Someone
surprises around every corner.
Around every corner. So be prepared. Don't. Nothing's off the table tomorrow. It's Freaky Fun Phone Friday here, hanging with the boys. So Nate, thanks for bringing it today as usual. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. William,
what's the young lady's
thanks
name?
for keeping the live streams up. Her name's Brandy.
Why Brandy can't come?
Because it's not her turn. Her turn was last Friday. Jeez, Nate. Leave that
Brandy, I'm going upstairs to find Brandy.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. The People Show. Hanging with the boys.
Brandy, where are you?
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!